You gotta be.
Coming from the Caveman Studios in Buffalo, New York. Welcome to Caveman Corner with your host, Jeff.
Captain Caveman!
Thanks.
Click subscribe and the bell. Do it now!
We're here with the co-main event of the evening. Rasta Pressley, how you doing, sir? Oh, man, he's muted.
It's Mike.
Hear us?
Can you hear me now?
Yeah,
Yep.
we got you.
We got you.
All right. Yeah. I'm doing well this evening. How y'all doing over there on the East Coast?
Good. We're doing great on the East Coast here. He's coming to us from Seattle, Washington, correct?
Yes, sir. It's 6:30 over here. So you see, I still got a little sunlight.
Yeah, his video feed's a little jacked up, but we can hear the audio, so that's really what we wanna have anyways. What are you looking forward to most about this fight, man?
Definitely working to show the audience that does follow me and the crowd that I do have a great striking game. I have been doing a lot of MMA and a lot of my past fights. People have seen me on the amateur circuit. But being on that amateur circuit, all it did was really show my grappling skills, and I've worked to develop those a little more. But with Muay Thai, there's no threat of a takedown. So the guy has no choice but to have to give me respect when it comes to the striking. He's going to have to take it, or I'm going to have to take it. But more than likely in this case, I'm going to be the one giving a lot of the punishment, because that's just the type of fighter I am. But yeah, I'm just most excited to just showcase what I can do as far as my striking.
Bubba Norton is known as like the human sponge lately around here. He can take quite a bit of abuse. How's your gas tank? Do you think you can be able to hold up to 3 whole rounds with that continuous output?
I have been out of the military for almost 2 to 3 years now, and I've been still doing the same workout regimen I was doing then. And I'm just in the best shape I feel of my life. My stamina is up there, where I feel like no one can really hang with me when it comes to either grappling, when it comes to striking. I feel like I just have this gas tank that a lot of guys aren't familiar with. So I know that this is going to be very overwhelming for him as far as a fight. So I just don't see him going too long in this. Taking a lot of abuse, that's okay that he can do that, but he hasn't taken abuse from somebody that hits as hard as I have. So
Nice.
It sounds a lot better now you say that, and we can hear what you're saying too.
Yeah, I apologize about that last one, guys. That was my fault as far as the comms, but I made sure I did a mic check this time around.
Yeah, it's a lot better this time. The video's still shitty, but what are you gonna do? You're on a military base, right?
Yes, right on the military base, Joint Base Lewis McCord, over here on North Fort. So it's nice. It's nice, but at the same time, it's still loud in the evenings. There's a lot of training going on still.
Yeah. Did it get crazy today on the base when they're talking about all the UFO stuff today in the government?
Man, it's a lot of conspiracies out there, man, and I just try not to watch none of the news, try to not get in none of that politics stuff. But I do know that people always do have the whispers about whatever they see on the news.
I'm all about the aliens talk, so I'm all about conspiracy theories. I have like a little conspiracy theory podcast I do too. So I was like pumped for today. It wasn't as good as I thought it was gonna be, but it's still pretty good, man. Like aliens are out there, and now we know.
Caveman, we definitely gotta do a conspiracy podcast for sure.
Yeah,
I'm with that. You know what? I believe that there are aliens in the ocean. There's so much unforeseen territory and area down there. There's just a lot of stuff down there that we have never been able to touch because, the pressure of getting further deeper down into the water. So I don't think we'll ever find out, but there's aliens down there. I already know it.
Dude, octopi are aliens for sure.
Yo, they got the technology for the pressure under the water.
Yo, you eat
Handle
octopus,
that
you're eating
shit.
like
We
alien
can't.
DNA for sure. Like the calamari makes you stronger, makes you like be able to do alien stuff.
I've never eaten calamari,
Yeah.
but I do know that we have not been able to, we as a people, as a human race, have not been able to come up with any kind of tools or instruments to be able to go far enough down there to see anything. It's so dark down there. So I
Yeah,
know the aliens are down there, and
yeah,
they could
probably
be
their
in
subs don't
skies
do so
too.
good down there either.
Yeah, there's some mermaid down there swimming right now.
Oh
Oh
man, I
my
hope
word,
not mermaids.
mermaid.
If you're
I
interested in
believe in
seeing
mermaids.
mermaids, you should go to our OnlyFans supporter, just the calves. He might have some mermaids in his calves or something. He would like you to check out his calves. Sorry, we had a sponsor plug too. Um, I I know that your sponsors weren't happy that they were unable to be heard last time. So do you want to give a quick shout out to your sponsors?
Yes, I would like to give a shout out to the Maney team. That's the division of the Keller Williams Realty. That's one of their teams, and that is headed by Trevor Maney and Nicole Maney, his wife, both partners taking over that industry, doing a real good job out there in that 585 area. I would like to also give a shout out to the Rochester African American Firearms Association, and that's headed by Paula Dell. That's one of my good friends since elementary. And ever since, he's just been in my corner ever since. And I respect the hell out of that guy and what he's doing with that and trying to teach fire safety and self defense classes for the people of that area, just so that everybody's a little bit more confident, especially with Rochester being that, as high as it is when it comes to assaults and crimes. So we're trying to, minimize things like that. And what he's doing with that association is doing, a lot of good for that community. I'd also like to shout out Peter Corona. That's one of my other sponsors, the third sponsor with PC3 Contracting LLC. He's been in my corner since the amateur days as well, back since childhood. Another guy that's just continuing to change the world, and being innovative with his uh, blueprints and the things that he is able to, help with when it comes to architecture, landscaping, pretty much anything. The guy's just a jack of all trades, and I'm looking forward to seeing what his business can manifest into and continue to grow into with the different dimensions. And then the fourth at this time is my man Rich Liano, Jake Rich Liano, a guy that I had also went to school with back in the day. That's doing the music right now, and he's definitely turning up all over the world. He's been out there in Kenya. He's been taking care of business out there, doing a lot of community service with those people, helping build towns and villages, and just seeing him just help provide food and water to those communities in that third world country. It just shows that, it makes me a little more inspired and want to get out there and try to get out to these places that do have that need. And just to see that he sacrifices his time to be able to go over there and do that, and also continue to, reach the masses through his music, that's another blessing. So, it's just good to see a person like that taking time from something that they also love, which is his music, and investing his energy into helping other people.
That's a lot of sponsors. I'm glad you have all that. That's probably helps
So
you get
those
some
right now are
quickies
my
for sure.
four. It helps me get out there, and then it's also at the same time, it's not even about the money. They know that it's really about me just getting out there and reconnecting with family, friends. That's my area, hometown. Grew up out there, raised out there, so that'll always be home. But just due to certain circumstances and job opportunities, I couldn't pass up things out here. So, but Rochester will always be home for me. The 19th Ward is where I grew up.
So you're gonna
Yo,
be
Rasta.
fighting. Oh, go
Yo,
ahead,
Rasta,
Ray.
do you know Mickey Gaskin?
Mickey Gaskin, yeah, I heard about him a couple times. He fought one of my teammates back in the Emmys, and somehow Mickey won that fight in a split decision, which I didn't know how. I mean, as far as the striking, it looked like my teammate had it, but I mean, not being biased or anything, but just being a lover of the sport when it comes to fighting and engaging and the aggression and significant strikes. I felt like, Mickey was just a hometown hero, so they gave him that fight. But yeah, I tried to get into it with him. He ain't want no smoke in the Emmys with me, so that was crazy. I was like, what's up with that? You know what I
Yo,
mean? You
but
doing all this talking on social media, and and then all I said was just I felt like the fight was a different way or a different outcome on Facebook or something like that, because my teammate was talking and addressing it. And Mickey had jumped on, said some little stuff like, "Oh, you can get it too," or whatever. I'm like, What's up? What's up? We can talk to Bubba.
yo,
And at the time, what's
yo,
that?
Rasta. The
Yo,
reason why I say that because he was talking. Bubba posted something about you fighting you, and then he was saying that's an easy fight for him.
man, listen. Mickey said that it would be. Mickey said that it would be an easy fight for me, or it would be an easy fight for Bubba. Like, which one?
He said there would be an
That's
easy fight for Bubba, and then if Bubba don't want to fight you, then he will fight you or some shit like that.
I'll smoke Bubba's boots, and then in the same night I'll smoke Mickey's boots. So we can line up the same thing. Muay Thai is just striking. So when it comes to that, I'm telling you, I can get in there, get Bubba out of there, probably in under three, definitely in 2. I don't see him lasting. You know what I'm saying? I'm that type of guy that's gonna come in. I'm gonna put that pressure on you. You know what I'm saying? So he's gonna have to think, and he reacts too slow to be in there with me. And this is the worst decision that he could have had made for his career, coming off these losing streaks that he has right now, is to try to get in there with a dog or a person that is hungry as I am, that knows nothing but sacrifice all his life, nothing but grind all his life. He wants to get in there and try to get back on the winning skid against me? Negative. I'm coming off a loss in my debut in my pro fight. So up there in Colorado. I'm not going to say, I was unprepared, because we truly were prepared. But I'm going to say that Colorado altitude is something different. I don't suggest anybody go up there in that Colorado thin air until you really are prepared for that. But back to this whole Bubba thing. Bubba already know I'm about to smoke him, get him up out of there. And then Mickey, he can get it next. So, all you got to do is sign the contract. Sign the contract, big boy. Sign the contract. In the words of Mike Tyson, that's my guy. Yeah. Love Mike. Hey. Stop. I'm on the phone right now. All right. Okay. That's fine. You can get some ice cream in a minute. All right. Chill out. I'm on the phone. So yeah, but that's where I am with that. So I'm not turning down no fights. I'm the bully. I'm the bounty hunter. So I don't understand what Mickey doing all this talking on social media outside of the fact. We could have did this in the Emmys. So now he want to talk and try to promote and try to get a little juice on him. You know what I'm saying? Is he starting to move forward into the pros? Listen, I am the guy that will slow down your career. I'm that guy. I'm not getting in there for no play. I'm getting in there to show that person that I am the alpha. I'm in there to show that person that I have the skill set to be the best on that night. I'm not going in there to lose. I'm not going in there to give him a couple shots. None of that. So when it comes to this fight world, it's not a game. None of that is a game. No combat sport, from sub only, from Muay Thai, boxing, Sambo, Taekwondo. It doesn't matter what style. None of that is to be taken seriously. Everything should be coming too seriously, and nothing's a game. So I'm coming in there to do damage, and I'm very cerebral when it came to this. As soon as I stepped into the pros, I knew I had to become very cerebral in my approach when it comes to this fight thing. Mickey's an airhead. He ain't gonna be able to do nothing. The dumbest fight in the world to watch and to ever be made would be between Bubba and Mickey Gaston.
The baby's crying in the background. That's perfect.
See, even the baby's upset about that kind of headline.
We were actually talking about earlier. We like to see Bubba.
Mickey can't sell no tickets, and Bubba sells what do they call those tickets? Pity tickets. I heard people out there chanting for him and stuff like that. Who was out there chanting? Who did he pay to chant his name last fight?
Yeah.
Who did he pay? Tickets, man. There's one thing Bubba's really, really good at. It's moving tickets, and he does a great job. And like we were saying earlier, the fans love to see him fight because like who wouldn't love to see his fights? They're always exciting. He takes a lot of damage. He keeps moving forward, and like to be honest, no one's really stopped him. If you stop him, that's a really impressive win for you. And if you can stop him, I'm going to say that.
That's the thing too. That's the thing too, Caveman. Like I don't stray away from no challenging fights, no hard opponents. I've never said no. Never said no. In Annie's to pros now, never said no. I had my debut was supposed to be against another pro debut guy up there in Colorado Springs, and the buddy had said, "Nah, I ain't gonna fight him." But he had a big track record in his Emmy career, right? You know what I'm saying? He was like 5-2 or 6-2. So I'm like, okay, that would be a great guy for me to have a debut against, right? I'm coming from the Emmys where I'm 2-2 on paper. So I'm like, all right, coming off an injury, I look like I'm food. I'm on the food chain. So I'm like, okay, that's just a good little fight for me to take and get a quick dub off of him. And then he declined the contract. So his teammate stepped in, a veteran. He had 4 fights under his belt in the pros. He was coming off a loss, but at the end of the day, I had took that fight because I was like, I want a challenge. I'm not going to sit and turn down the opportunity to face a vet and show what I can do against a vet, because it doesn't matter about how many fights you have. That doesn't determine your skill set. That doesn't determine how prepared you are. So I'm a whole different type of animal when it comes to figuring out this blueprint of how to defeat an opponent. I'm very surgical and methodical when it comes to my approach. Like I'm really breaking down everything and the tendencies and algorithms that these guys have when it comes to their fighting skill sets. And I mean, I don't know. Muay Thai is definitely not the thing for Bubba to be into. He probably should have did something like a grappling sport or something. But for him to go straight into Muay Thai, I think that's not smart for somebody that isn't as coordinated as he is. So
I like the sound of that. I have 2 questions. Both I wanted to ask you during our last interview, but our sound was so shitty. I tried to just get through the podcast as fast as we could and get all the relevant information out. I would, number 1, like to hear about your injury and how you recovered from it.
All right. So back in, I believe it was 2019, 2020, I ended up getting a dislocated elbow in the first round of my championship amateur fight at 170. So whenever everyone that was there could just see that night how my elbow was when I had got that dislocation. And I had talked to the doctors, and the doctors were saying that they don't know if I'd be able to compete again. And I just said to myself, I got into a rough at first, for probably, I'd say probably about 2 to 3 months until I waited for the surgery. And once I had got the surgery, I had watched a lot of stuff on this guy named Zion that fights out of, I believe, the Body Shop down in California with AJ McKee and them guys. But he doesn't have his lower extremities, but he's out there doing MMA. And then I saw his story, and I became so touched. I became so motivated. And then I saw another guy named Hansel something, that does basketball, and he's on his way to the pros now, and he's one arm. So it's like to see people try to overcome. People do overcome the deficits that they have. It's just about the mindset and the mentality that you have in you, and that's what really separates people that are competitors in any kind of arena. Is being able to have to be able to you conceptualize that you're going to do this. You're going to be successful. There's nothing that's going to stop you from being able to be successful. So that's where I am when it comes to my mentality and that focus and that grit. You see, I'm on the phone again. All right. So as and just that recovery just showed where I was as far as my mental endurance and where I was as far as my mental fortitude, where a lot of guys, they will take an injury and then they end up just getting discouraged and wanting to call it quits. I figured I was trying to rush back at first. I was jumping into fights that were unsanctioned to try to, see if I can give it a whirl and give it a go and such. But even that had shot me in the foot for trying to move too fast in that, recovery. But I had to really sit out and humble myself and really go through the therapy, the rehab, listen to the doctors, heal. I needed to heal. But during that recovery, I just had to hone in on my other skill sets and my other types of stances. And it just made me more diversified because when you have something that is wounded, you have to compensate with other things. And I felt like I needed to tailor my skill set to be able to rival against that injury that I had faced and I was coming off of. So it definitely made me more dimensional, and it has made me more of a competitor, and it has definitely made me, more versatile when it comes to the dimensions of what I can do in combat sports. Like, this isn't the only sport that I'll be doing in pros. Muay Thai, MMA, boxing, I hope to get one of those out the way. I definitely am doing a sub only a couple weeks after this fight. I just want to stay active as
I
much as
like that.
possible.
That's so confident. Anyone that wants to see a horrific elbow dislocation, check out UFC elbow dislocation. Just last weekend, some poor girl just dislocated her elbow horrifically, and it was hard to watch. And if it was anything like that, man, that you're back on the back in the cage fighting is just amazing to hear.
Yo,
It's a
Rasta,
comeback story.
would you do bare knuckle fighting?
I would do everything besides bare knuckle fighting, just because bare knuckle to me is. Hang on, guys, my son.
Yeah, I get him that juice.
You all right, man? All right, man. All right. But bare knuckle, no, I've never thought to give that a chance.
We're 0 for 2 on tonight on the bare knuckle fights. No one wants to fight bare knuckle for you, Ray. Ray's trying to manage some bare knuckle fighters and get some stuff going on. My second question is, what happened with the commission? I know that there was a crazy story, like you're about to walk out and some shit went down. Can you give us that story real quick too?
Yes, sir. So I was out here getting ready to fight on one of the biggest promoters, unsanctioned card. And I ended up showing up to the fight. I was talking to the promoter. I was like, hey, listen, I need to get a clearance, through word of mouth of people that I know that know this industry. I need to get a clearance medically in order for me to be able to fight on this card. Because if I don't, then what will end up happening is somebody could, tell the commission of the sanctioning bodies that I was fighting with a medical suspension, even if it was unsanctioned. And that would have had just ruined my whole amateur career, probably put me on suspension. It was just a lot of things going on at that time. So I had still gave this promoter, the benefit of the doubt. I was like, hey, let me just get your team doctor, get your medical event doctor, to just write a letter and say that I'm cleared to fight this night. So he ends up going while we're backstage to his team doctor. He gets the doctor to write, Rasta Pressley is cleared to fight on this day.
Oh man, I'm having a little bit of technical difficulties again.
He doesn't sign.
Yep.
All right. So he doesn't sign his initials. He doesn't sign his credentials. No nothing. So I was at a point where I was like, do I stay and fight this guy on this unsanctioned card? Who's a guy that's coming? You know, he's a pro in the Emmys at this time. But you know, I was going to give him that welcome to the Emmy world, but at that time I didn't feel comfortable and confident that this wouldn't blow back on me. So I ended up walking out of the arena that night. So
Damn.
after I left the arena that night, the Post over here, they got like a Pacific Northwest fighters page, a social network that I you know, I wasn't really engaged in it, but I was a part of it, like I was one of the members. And I wake up the next day to see my name's tagged in so many different things on Facebook, and I'm just like, what's going on? So I look at it, and not only is this teammate guy talking all kinds of downside about me, the promoter's on there, and he's saying, don't book Rasta. Rasta's going to be, he's going to ruin your show. Rasta had walked out, left my guy standing in the cage. But he didn't tell the part of he was trying to make me fight without a medical clearance approval. Like, dude, this is what I want to do. This is how I'm gonna put food on the table to feed my kids, and you want me to do some shady ass shit just because you want to make a couple dollars? See, that's the thing when it comes to these amateur promoters too. At the times, you know, it's like you can tell what promotions really are for the fighters, right? You know, you can tell that the ones that value what they really do when it comes to making these shows. Are they looking to book a lot of fights on these cards? Are they trying to compensate the fighter? Are they trying to make even fights? Are they looking to make sure you're cleared medically? What are they doing? You know, when it comes to these shows, and a lot of these guys that are getting in there and they're putting their bodies on the line for definitely experience in the Emmys, but at the same time, it's not that good when it comes to, you know, the financial part, because the finances are all going in the pockets of the people that are, you know, putting into the promotion. But I felt that there was only a few promotions that I could trust at the end of the day when I started looking at these different promotions on where I wanted to do my next pro combat sport. I was like, where could I go? Who has it the right idea? What promoters are out there thinking about fighter safety? They're not out there thinking about, let me put 30 fights on this card so I can go ahead and get as many tickets sold as possible. You know, like, what promoters were doing that? And I happened to tune into K4, which was doing their thing over there. And I've also seen Cage Wars down there in that Schenectady and Philadelphia area. They doing great over there. And then also this pro motion that I had did my pro debut on, Battle MMA Championships. That's another great one. You know, that's a pro-am that does pro-am shows. So those are the three right now that I've been able to say that haven't been giving me no like shady business when it comes to the rundown or trying to get on a card or any of that. But everybody else is just like, they're trying to tell me, oh, you wouldn't be able to get on a card here, or you wouldn't be able to get cleared by our commission. And I'm just like, damn, how am I not cleared? But you just sent me a contract, you know, the other week or so when they didn't know. One, like, I'm gonna just keep this one promotion anonymous. They sent me a contract, and Buddy get and he turns the contract down with me, and now he's fighting on the contract in that state for this promoter. And I'm like, how? I'm like, are we going based off of the amateur reputation or what? But he didn't know that I was already booked to fight that guy. But it's just like, I don't understand the mess, man. I don't understand it. it's just like smoke and mirrors at times. I just want to get in and just showcase what my talents are and show everybody that I can do this and I take it seriously. This is a craft for me, and it's honestly my stress relief too, because what I do in real life for job is very stressful. So
Well, I
I do get.
promise you that K4 will definitely be legit. I can personally vouch for Keith. I worked with him all my life. He fought himself. He's a professional fighter, like at pretty much the highest level you can be at. He's undefeated for a really long time. I love the man to death, and I'll stand up by his side for now until eternity. And he's a man of honor. And if he promises something, he'll deliver on it. And I it's a business on both sides. Like the promoters need to make their money too, and I'm sure you understand that. So as long as both people are in unison, you agree to your contract. I mean, it is a business, so like they should sell tickets and you should make money, and they should take care of the fighters, and like everyone should make money, and that's how it works.
Yeah.
Now you got me curious, man. What do you do for a living?
I work as a CPS investigator. Child
Man,
protective service.
yeah, that sounds like you're running some real shit.
I mean, I know what a great parent is. I know what a good parent is. I know what a shitty parent is now. So, at the same time, it's like, yeah, I do see some secondary traumas and stuff, but some of this shit I've already been exposed to when I was younger as a kid. So, to come into this, I was already a little desensitized, which is a little emotionally fucked up. But, I mean, that's just the truth of the matter, and it makes me better at what I do in my job. So, I'm able to separate the emotion from the job task.
Thank you for that service, man. That's an important thing that you're doing. It's really important. What's your prediction for the fight? Second round knockout, like you said earlier?
I really don't like to call the numbers. I like to just let it just be like a surprise usually. Like you're gonna know when it's gonna get turned on. I think that he's gonna be very cautious. I don't think he's gonna walk down into me like he was trying to walk his last opponent down. But even when he was trying to walk his own other opponent down, I could see that he was tired. But Bubba does got a lot of heart. I do respect that. I will respect the guy's heart. That's one thing that I can't say that he doesn't have, because he does have that. It's just hopefully he has a brain that's at the same time that night, because I don't want to have him taking more than he can't handle and then ref's not helping, but that's just up to the ref. And that's why we got refs in there to have safety, to protect the fighters at times. But I'm there to definitely end this fight. I'm trying to make a statement here, and it starts on August 5th. And I'm gonna just keep it all rolling after that.
And all the fights I've seen in K4, the refs do a very good job with fighter safety, and they do a very good job letting the pros get away with a little bit more than the amateurs. So all in all, I can only think of one example of the time that I thought maybe a fight shouldn't have been stopped and stopped a little bit early. Other than that, like I think they call it right at the right time for all of them. They do a really, really, really good job. Brandon Medina was like on fire the last event. He did such a good job. He's doing so much stuff. Like, yeah, one fight where everyone was spitting their mouthpieces out, and he's able to pick up the mouthpieces and give them back to the right guy. And man, like the refs are on point at K4. So I was pretty impressed by that. If it was me, I'd just give whatever mouthpiece to whatever guy. Like, here you go, put him in, let's fight. Give the guys a wrong mouthpiece on purpose or some shit. But
shit. I mean, with adrenaline rush, you're gonna probably take that nasty wrong mouthpiece and still put it in your mouth. That's because you're off the adrenaline. You're trying to get it in.
Yeah,
thinking about the mouthpiece or whose mouthpiece it is. I'm trying to get it on.
For real. We're looking forward to seeing you in K4. We appreciate having you on the show. I think when we play this back and we take out a little bit of delay, it might come out not too bad. Remember, K4 fighting is August 5th at the Buffalo Riverworks. There's a link to it right here. You click on that link, you can go and watch or go and buy your tickets. When you buy the tickets, make sure you put in Pressley when you buy the tickets for the promo code, and Rasta will get credit for the ticket sales. I think Bubba already scooped up all the VIP tickets. They're already sold out. But hopefully we can sell you a couple tickets and make you a few bucks too.
Don't forget the pay-per-view.
Oh, and also the fight will be on pay-per-view. I don't believe I have the link right here. Let me look real quick. No, I don't have the. I raised the link to send you the link to this, but we'll post a link for the pay-per-view as well. So the people back home can watch you fight too, man.
I'm looking forward to it.
All right. Any
Thank
last
y'all for the
words?
support. Thank y'all for the platform that y'all doing. Y'all doing great work. This is great professionalism and getting people the exposure that it does. It's not just for the pros. It also is for the amateurs. I see that y'all do a great, spread of trying to get all the competitors on the show, and that's really meaningful to the careers and how they develop and how they progress moving further on into their careers. So I really applaud the things that y'all doing. Keep on doing it, and it seems like it's coming from a genuine place with y'all. So keep it up.
For sure.
Keep it up.
And I promise you, between me and Ray, at some point we're gonna get you on live, either after the weigh-ins or before the fights or after the fights, and we're gonna do like a quick 5 minute with you where we're not having like screen delays and all kinds of stuff. I'd really like to sit down, man. It doesn't come across like how cool you are to talk with over the internet like it should. And man, like you're one of the coolest guys that we had on the show. So I really want the fans of our show to see like how cool you really are, man. Like it's been awesome dealing with you like offline and like all kinds of stuff where we're not on this platform where we're like you're in and out and you're the delay in your visual like output. And man, like we're gonna get a good one with you. Like I promise you. We're gonna get you in some
Yes,
Wi-Fi,
sir.
or we're gonna sit together and do it in person and just wrap it out for like 5 or 10 minutes, like let the fans see how cool we really are, man. We appreciate you having on the show.
No problem. I look forward to seeing y'all at the show on August 5th, as well as speaking to you in the ring after I secure this win.
I'm gonna keep pulling the mic away from you, so it's just like when we talk on the podcast. So like you be talking, pull the mic away and put it back, and pull it away and put it back, just like on the podcast.
It's all good. It's all good. Okay.
All right, man. Good luck, and I hope to be interviewing you soon, man. Talk to you soon.
All right, guys. Take care.
Rasta Pressley's leaving the building. All right, Ray. So when we repost these, I think it says, at least when you buy the program, it says that if the guest is choppy when you're doing it live, it'll go back and it'll edit the choppiness into a real, the best that it can into like a real platform. So if you had a hard time listening to this one and you didn't make it all the way through, you can always go back and watch the YouTube video of it and our YouTube page. And make sure you click like and subscribe, and it should clean it up a little bit. And if not, then I want my money back from StreamYard.
Yo, Caveman. So yeah, let's do Alien. Let's do another conspiracy. Let's do a haunted house. Let's do some crazy shit, man.
I would love to, man. Like my conspiracy theory ones are like some of my favorite ones. We did dinosaurs, we did
The
flat Earth,
yeah.
and we did Bigfoot.
Yeah, that was funny.
Bigfoot was my favorite one out of all of them because Forrest was Forrest is a judge for all of them, but like Forrest was really good on that one.
Oh,
all right, man. Well, we did two of these doggone things. I'm exhausted. You look tired. We waited a long time for Rasta, and
I need to drink some water. I'm gonna drink some Gatorade.
I'm back to rock. I didn't have time to run and grab Monsters. I know they support Pat now, so I want to support them. But man, I drinking my drink.
All right, let's get out of here. Peace.
All right, guys. We will see you Saturday at 8 p.m. for our next podcast. Don't miss it.